Hello, it's Libby from libbystamps.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here to show you today how to make these two cards. They're quite different and you can see them on my blog. This one I've used embossing on and this one I haven't. But anyway, I thought I'd just show you today how I've done those. So we'll get started. Today I'm using just Whisper White card for my card base and Bermuda Bay for the top, and I've already done the inside. And the measurements for this will be on my blog. The card front in Bermuda Bay is 14.3 by 10 centimetres and the inside is 13.5 by 9.5 centimetres, and I've just used the Project Live corner rounder to round the corners, and I've ink distressed the edges with Bermuda Bay. Alright, so with our card front, it measures 13.8 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres, and the colours I'm using today are Soft Suede, Wild Wasabi, Strawberry Slush, Bermuda Bay and Versamark. So I start first with the normal stamping. So I'm going to start with Soft Suede, and we just ink up our stamp as you would normally and decide on where you want to have your first tree. So this one's going to be a little bit different to the other two. So I stamp. So that's my main tree. And then I'm going to stamp off up here to be my third tree. So you can see how that's much lighter. And I'm going to stamp again, and this time I'm going to stamp round about there, stamp down. So I've got 3 trees now in different areas, and this time I'm going to use the tree as branches coming in, so I don't really need to ink up again. So I'm going to stamp that way, and you can see how I've got some dark and some light, and I think I might have a few extra branches there, but I'm going to stamp off, and I'm going to angle it down so that I don't get a lot of the tree trunk but just the branches. So there we go with that. So that's that one finished. And then I'm going to use the Wild Wasabi to do the leaves. We're using Sheltering Tree, which is the new photopolymer stamp set from the Occasions catalogue. So with Sheltering Tree, it's cut out so that you can actually get the tree shape if you want to. I've seen it inverted the other way, so it doesn't matter really which way you use it. And I'm just going to use some Wild Wasabi to start with. So I'll just ink that up. And it doesn't matter if you don't get a good coverage, because you don't want a lot. I'm going to stamp off a tiny bit and then stamp down. So I haven't got a lot of coverage in the middle, but that's all right because we're going to cover that up again later. All right, and then I'm going to stamp off again and stamp up here, and then turn it around and use what I've got left to stamp on my branches up here. and then you can just go ahead and use whatever other ink you've got on there to stamp if you want to. So I've got a few more bits here in the middle now. All right, so that's all on that one, and now I'm going to put the wild wasabi away for a minute and use some Versamark, and I'm going to ink up my trees again with my Versamark. I'm going to go over my card with my embossing buddy, get a good coverage. You never know where your fingers have been, and I'm going to stamp again. This time I'm going to move the leaves to the right a little bit so that I'm not getting them exactly on top of the other leaves. And then I'm just going to ink up a tiny bit more with my Versamark, and again this time I'm just going to go up here and to the side a bit. All right, so that's all I'm going to use for this particular colour, and this time I'm going to use silver first. On this card I used the gold first, but I've decided I'll try the other way round. And in Australia at the moment it's quite warm, and I've had a fan on. And when you're using embossing powder, it's important to turn the fan off. So I'm just going to sprinkle over like this. So that's our card with the silver embossing powder on it. And I'll be back in a minute to show you the gold. There it is with our silver on it. And I'm just going to rub over again with my embossing buddy, just in case I got my fingers where they shouldn't have been. Ink up again with my Versamark, and this time when I emboss I'm going to use the gold emboss powder. So this time I'm just going to come in from the top, and I'm going to cover that corner, and then I'm going to just put a little bit over here. All right, and that's all I'm going to use the leaves for. So I'll put some gold embossing powder on that. So give it a good coverage. Be back in a minute once I've heat set that. There it is, heat set. I've probably got a couple of little patches I could just fix up there, up here in the corner. So I might just put some more wild wasabi on that. So the advantage of using this photopolymer set is that you can see exactly where you stamp. So I just want this little corner here to have a bit more green, so that's where I'm going to stamp. Don't have to worry about a stamp-a-majig or anything like that. So I might get a little bit more down here of the green, just to give it that shaded effect. A little bit more in here. All right, so that's all I need the tree for. I've already gone ahead and made a little sentiment. It says celebrate, sentiments from the and many more. And I'm just going to pop that up there like that. All right, now for the ground I'm going to come in and use more wild wasabi, and I'm going to use so we line it up on our block, And again we get our wild wasabi. And this time we're just inking up this top edge here. So I'll turn my pad on its side and I'm just going to rock backwards and forwards. Now I've probably got a little bit too much on that, so I come in with a baby wipe and just wipe off what I don't need for this particular shape. Now I don't want a lot of ground. Alright, so I hope you can sort of see that I've just got a bit of a wave there, and I'm going to come in, and again because it's photopolymer I can see exactly where I'm going to stamp. So I want the little hilly bit at the bottom of the tree, so I'm going to stamp down, and then I'm going to come over here because I've got another tree trunk there, and I'm going to use what's left and stamp down. That's our ground done. Now you get these little stalks which are bits of grass, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to stamp myself some grass bits. Right, that'll do. And then also in this stamp set you've got some little bits that look like leaves. Alright, now they fit on top of the grass, so you can pop them down on one bit of your grass blades if you want to, and work out where you're going to place them on your block. Now you can give these a water effect, so if I put these up here on these particular blades of grass, and then I'm going to lift up slightly and move to my right just a tiny bit to give a water effect. Alright, so I might do the same down here. So stamp down, lift up slightly, move to the right and stamp down again. Height of my card doesn't have anything on it, so while I've got the strawberry slush out, I'm just going to stamp on the inside of my card. Alright, now I can put my blades of grass back on and line them up so that they stamp properly. Alright, so that's where I want it. Right way. Alright, you're going to match those little bits up and just stamp down like that. Voila. I'll place that on my card. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that card. I've done quite a number of cards using Sheltering Tree. It's in the New Occasions catalogue. So I hope you pop back again soon. Bye for now.
Hey, if you wanna play, make it a brighter place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside